Rick has been causing absolute havoc on the internet. Now, of course, when it comes to the most recent season, the most recent episode of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, well, Rick has definitely got himself in a position where people are not a fan of him. Now, of course, we spoke about it earlier on this week when I did the big reaction to the whole episode. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. It's about 50 minutes long, so make sure you got some food, a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, sit back and relax and enjoy the whole freaking show. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. But let's get into exactly what people have had to say since then, and also recap exactly what went down in that episode. So first and foremost, let's head over to Reddit, where people have definitely made it be known how they feel. They say that he is the worst, and he's still sending messaging like that. Now, here's the thing, that question itself in particular, when he questions Trisha about the fact that her ex was sending the messages, well, people didn't like that. Why? Well, because Rick's a freaking hypocrite. So let's get into here. It says, I can't. You have the nerve to sit there and interrogate her about things that you think she did, things that you actually did, and that is the very key part right there, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, you are interrogating her to make sure that she is not the person that you yourself are, because you do not want to be with a person who would do things you yourself did. I hope you end up old, sad, and lonely. So let's get into exactly what this person is talking about. Let's get into why this person is so outraged by Rick's behavior. So, in the most recent episode, as you can see, first and foremost, cameras were down. Trish's repaired motorbike was dropped off at the hotel. But why would this cause an issue? Why would this be such a conversation between Rick and Trish? Well, yeah.
Just telling me that her motorcycle was about to get dropped off and it got fixed. But as it turns out, it was her ex-boyfriend's friend.
Rick, stop, please.
This I asked if she was still in contact with her ex. He's saying that they saw each other about 4 months ago.
Interesting. He's asking her if she's still in contact with her ex. But have you told her that you literally booked a whole flight to Colombia to go and see your ex and sleep with your ex? Too busy asking her about her ex. Meanwhile, you're not even telling her about you and your encounter with your ex. This guy. And this is why people are so outraged with him.
At that point, we were supposed to be exclusive. Have you guys been in contact since then?
He contacted me on a text message.
The conversation happened
4 months ago. If I show you, will you believe me?
Let's stop it right there. He's asking about the ex. When was you in contact? 4 months ago. He's saying that she was in contact with the ex when these two were exclusive. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when he decided to pay for a flight to book to Colombia, to then go and sleep countless times over a space of just one single weekend with his ex, wasn't that when you two were also exclusive? Because you see, he believes that, he decided to go off and enjoy life with his ex at the same time when he thought that she was being difficult with him and that maybe she was having second thoughts. But of course, he wasn't happy with her behavior. Why? Because they were exclusive at the time. So while he moans about her being exclusive at the time when she was in contact with her ex, he's not revealing that at the same time he was out there literally dipping in his ex whilst he was exclusive with Trish. So it's interesting how he's viewing this in one point of view for her, but in a whole different one for himself. Why? Because he needs to catch her out. He wants her to have cheated on him. He wants her to have stepped out. So therefore, he can then be let off lightly when he finally reveals that he, in fact, is the one that went and stepped out and done his own madness. And he wonders why people are not a fan of him this season.
I'd have no choice but to.
Look at the time. I didn't even respond, Rick. Look.
This boy's car.
Yeah, I didn't even pick up. Do you
Need a date?
You know, to make it worse, he's too busy talking about when did this man message her or if she messages him back. The funny part about it is that he's the one, well, not 100%, but he's the one, I believe, that actually reached out to his ex. You know, which is even worse. Because he's the one that initiated every single thing that happened with him and his ex.
So I do believe that you're not talking to him anymore.
I'm not, Rick.
And that's a big deal.
The question is, why is it a big deal? Why is it a big deal? Because clearly is something that doesn't help you in your case. It doesn't help him in his whole, situation that he's trying to figure out so he can come clean, but not come clean in a way that's gonna shoot himself in the foot. Honestly, interrogating someone purely because you want them to tell you something that you want to hear for the benefit of yourself is ugly behavior. Honestly, it's as if he's a part of the justice system, because sometimes when you get arrested, if anyone's ever been arrested, okay, and you are in that room when they're questioning you, we've all seen it on TV where they literally sit you in there for hours upon end until you finally admit the truth. Now, sometimes, yes, the truth does come out the way it needs to be coming out, and that person will be found guilty or not guilty. But when they do it to the point where they coerce you to say something that you never did? It feels like this interrogation was him trying to sway in a direction where he can coerce her into admitting into something that she never did. She even said it herself. If I show you this, will you believe me? Because she honestly felt the pressure. She felt the pressure of someone trying to coerce her into admitting something that she never did. And that's why she had to ask the question, if I show you my phone, will you believe me? Because I don't believe you will. This man is nothing but trash. This man is nothing but garbage. He's nothing but embarrassing himself. Now, some people believe that because he's a big jacked up man, that maybe his attitude comes from rage. I mean, listen, I don't know if this man is on the product. I don't think he is necessarily on the product purely because he's 52 years of age and he looks quite young for someone that's 52. For him to be on roids at 52, he would look older than 52. But then again, at the same time, there is no saying that he was not on it previously in his life, because if he was previously in his life, there is a way, from my understanding, that you can start to get back the thing that ages you when you come off it. It kind of reverses it, give or take. But either way, though, I don't think his actions have anything to do with roid rage anyway, even if he was on it. This is duly given. This is simply because he wants to not be the bad guy. He wants to be the guy that says, well, if you did it, then it's okay that I did it. He is nothing but displaying a trait of someone that has narcissistic tendencies and narcissistic way of thinking. Okay, because really and truly, if he was not somebody that had narcissistic tendencies or traits or whatever, well, then guess what, folks? He would have gone into this and he would have never tried to do it the way he's doing it. He would have said, listen, I got to tell you something. The time when I thought that you was off with your ex and you was about to leave me or XYZ, I decided to step out of our relationship. That's what you say. Simple as that. You would not try and interrogate someone, try and coerce someone and try and get them to feel as if they should admit to you first, just so you can, say two wrongs make a right, when that is never going to be the truth and never will be the truth. To be honest with you, ladies, just put it this way. If you ever come across a man who appears to have drawn on his own abs, or maybe even has fake ab implants because his abs look so bloody fake, just know you can't trust him. In fact, to be honest with you, any man that is out there literally doing any kind of Botox, lip filler, or whatever the hell he's doing to maintain his look and his age, ladies, be careful. Be careful. Be careful if you can trust that man, to be honest with you, because really and truly, why is he so insecure to want to keep up like that? It's not really what men do, personally. Maybe you can say that's me being toxic masculinity, but for me personally, from where I'm from, a real man steps up and acknowledges how he looks, and he just owns it. That's why we see so many men that aren't even good looking, but we see them as a fine ass woman. Why? Because they've got game, because they believe in themselves. They don't have to go and... But hey, that's just my opinion. If you don't like it, that's up to you. But, of course, this is where I'm going to read just this comment here. And then, obviously, I'll let you guys chime in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking. But as you can see, I think he was interrogating her because he wants her to hear what she did, exactly what he did. So then he can say, listen, we are even. So then he can call it even. He's the definition of repulsive. Repulsive is one hell of a word, and one hell of a word that I cannot disagree with. I'm sure you guys have many other words to let me know in the comment section, so dive in, let us know how you're feeling. But right now, I really hope that when it comes to Forrest's mom Molly, when it comes to the tell-all, I hope that Rick is one of the people that she goes in on. She's definitely not a fan favorite for the season, but I tell you this now, folks, she's the only hope that we've got of actually getting the tell-all popping, because we know that Miss Robinson never asks any hard-hitting questions. But Molly, hopefully she does that. But with that being said, please do let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and make sure you subscribe and you stay tuned and you turn your notifications, because we've got so much more content coming out for the 90-day universe. But hey, with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.